Good. We don't have to. Okay. Hey, hello, everybody. It is Friday. It is Valentine's Day. And we are here with our daily close up with the kittens. I just heard Loganberry. Yes, I heard you jump over the fence to come in here. We've got the doors open, as you can see, for their exploration time. You can also clearly see the line where I refinished the floor. I didn't refinish the floor. It's pretty clear, isn't it? Um, yeah. Not to get too off topic, but the one thing that I learned from that project is that next time I will do it right. I think you guys remember me saying I was going to cut some corners this time by not sanding the floor in advance. That is what I regret about it. Otherwise, it went pretty well. All right, Logan, you shouldn't be in here. It's too dangerous. I know that so far, our very patient mom cat doesn't seem to mind. He keeps jumping the fence. He's done it 3 or 4 times now. He keeps going in there. Tinker keeps seeing him. She keeps not reacting. That's all great. We're very happy about how cool she is. But I don't want to push the luck yet. I want to introduce them the right way. And just having him wander into her space is not the right way. But we'll get there. And I actually want to work on that some today. I think what I'm going to do is after we do the close-up, I'm going to come back and open the doors for a second exploration time. And part of my plan there is I really want to vacuum in here. I know it's a little hard to see on this close-up, but this rug has been covered in food and litter since these kittens have been in here. So I'd like to vacuum it, and I know an easy way to do that would be to have the door open and give them all a chance to run into the living room while I vacuum in here, which inevitably I'm sure they will do because the vacuum will scare them, which is not, it's not a great thing to do, but those glasses don't quite fit you, buddy. But they'll get used to it over time, just like previous classes have. So you two, stop fighting the litter box. That is not what it is for. Monkey. Oh, for crying out loud. So, yeah. I've got all kinds of news because yesterday we got all the vet results for all kinds of things. But the important takeaway from the vet results, I think the most important and interesting fact, is that switching Smokey to the high protein diet, the same diet that everyone else is eating, has really improved her health. She's gained weight, and getting that weight up and keeping that weight on, especially muscle mass for an older kitty like her, is probably the biggest struggle, especially when you are a kidney cat. I think that that's been really good for her, and so does the vet. And Monkey, get. Oh, he's not eating the litter. He was having a little vomit in the litter box. Probably because he ate litter or something. Who knows? You guys, don't play in the litter box. If you gotta poop, you can go in the litter box. If you don't have to poop, you should stay out. Okay? Simple rule. You better be pooping in there. So what was I saying? Yes, so the big news is that Smokey, her health seems much improved on the protein diet. Now, we are looking at some supplements for Smokey to try to help with issues that she's still having. We're going to put her on some new treatments for her joints. And we are looking at putting her on some potassium binders, even though her potassium numbers aren't unusual right now. But the vet's checking into whether or not it makes sense to put her on them anyway. So that's what we're looking at. That's not I guess maybe not, that's the biggest news from the vet yesterday, but it's not the biggest medical news yesterday. Why don't we leave these kids? I'm going to close the doors while I leave so that Logan doesn't come in here while we're upstairs and I don't see it happen. And that wouldn't be good because you never know how that's going to escalate while I'm not here. So let's just close these guys in, and then like I said, when we're done with the close-up, I will let them out once again. That's out in air quotes, considering how much time they've actually spent out of the room is practically zero. But hope springs eternal. Hey, look at that, 2 custards. 2 Loganberries. Easy for me. Loganberry 1, Loganberry 2. Yeah. Anyway, all right. This is breakfast for Belle. We'll pick it up now and bring it up there for her. Here's Acro. What? This is his favorite spot when the dishwasher is running, which it is. He likes that because it makes it a nice warm spot. Okay, there's Loganberry number 3. And here's Brooke having faculty breakfast. So Brooke is the one that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I think I mentioned in yesterday's close-up, I've been trying to encourage her to eat breakfast with the faculty. And it seems like it's working. Of course, it's much easier to make that work when it's really her only food option. So there you have it. But here's the cool thing. Last night, I took Brooke's blood glucose with the glucose monitor, and it came up at 72, which you guys probably know is a little bit low. For her, it's normal. I know that because I've been testing it on a regular basis, and she tests on average. She tests anywhere between 70 and 100, which is on the low end of sort of normal low. So that's been strange for us, and we haven't really known what to do with the fact that she's almost always a little low on blood sugar when we thought for sure she was diabetic and should be almost always high, unless we treat her with insulin. Hi, Maggie. Maggie's over here watching her birds as always. But you guys know that what we've been thinking about for Brookie is that she might have a sort of a white coat syndrome type thing. Like when we take her to the vet, that's when her blood sugar tests super, super high when we go to the vet. And we mentioned to the vet because people had mentioned to us, well, maybe it's because she's stressed out. You know, cats' blood sugar can go way up when they go to the vet. And I mentioned that to the vet, and the vet said, yeah, that is a thing that happens, but she doubted it because it was so high. So finally last night, here's Ari. Hi, Ari. Yes, you heard me say your name. Finally last night, I got around to testing that theory by testing her blood sugar. We got 72, and then she and I took a little ride to Starbucks and back again, which took us almost a half an hour. And I got an Americano with sugar-free vanilla, and she got sick in the carrier. So we had very different orders at Starbucks. But it was good. It was good in this case that she got all sick in the carrier because it showed that she was getting stressed like she would for the vet. She got very stressed during the travel. And then we got back home, and we tested her blood sugar again as soon as we got home, and it was over 300. So that's the same kind of swing and the same kind of numbers that we saw when we would take her to the vet. And I'd say it proves pretty conclusively that she doesn't have like a real diabetes. She's just got this stress-induced diabetes that happens when she goes to the vet, which is good news because it means, she probably doesn't need to have any special treatment for it. Now, there's one last step, though, which is to take her to the vet and get her a fructosamine test, which is a blood test that the vet does that will show her blood sugar levels over time. And once we get that done, then I think we can really say, all right, we've proven she does not have diabetes after all. And that will be good. I think that will help her get adopted, which, as you guys know, we're still trying to do, is to get her adopted. And Maxine, Gabby, penguins, yes. Well, yeah, no, that's a good point. So that's also something I wanted to mention. There are things that we can do to help mitigate the stress of travel for her, and will do in the future. I intentionally didn't do anything yesterday because I didn't want to disrupt the experiment by introducing all these extra variables. But in general, if we are going to take her anywhere, like to the vet for that blood test in the future, we will make sure that she gets really stressed, and it's hard to give her oral medication. So I'm going to talk to the vet about other options that wouldn't involve giving her anything orally. But in the meantime, yeah, we would give her gabapentin, and we would probably also give her, there's another stronger tranquilizer that we use sometimes that's, I want to say it's called tramadol. We don't use it often, so I can't really say. It starts with a T, though, so we would do that also with the gabapentin. And then on top of those two, we would probably also give her Serenia, which is specifically an anti-nausea. I think with that, those three together, I bet that she would travel just fine. So I think that's the right thing for Brookie. When she travels, she gets some drugs, but otherwise, I think she doesn't really need anything. She's a good, healthy cat, and turns out not diabetic after all. But I think we all learned a lot, or at least I learned a lot about diabetic cats and about giving insulin and all kinds of things, and a lot of that thanks to you guys. So many stories from people who were diabetic, who or who've had diabetic cats that had a lot to share with it. So I think that's great news. It's great news for Brooke, and it was a great learning experience for me. And at least for a while, we'll have syringes and the testing kit and all that stuff on hand. So if it happens again, we've got everything we need. We're prepared for our next possibly diabetic cat. But glad to announce that Brooke probably isn't, and we'll find out for sure with a confirming test at the vet soon, probably next week. Okay, let's do this thing that we've been doing every morning. Let's weigh these little kittens and see how they're doing. And you guys can keep track of the numbers for me and let me know on the Discord chat what their weights were so I can put them in the spreadsheet when we are all done here. So let's just go down that real quick. Obviously, this was our first kitten born. This is Foghorn. Yes, Foggy. I know, your mustache seems like it's getting bigger. Is it? Well, everything about you is getting bigger. Look how big you are. You are a very, very big kid. And you weigh almost 9. No, it's going to settle on 8.9. Okay, you weigh 8.9 ounces. Good job, buddy. Well, tell us about it. Your mom doesn't care anymore. She knows that we're cool. I know, so it's not going to help you. Okay. All right, buddy. Okay, so let's see. I can't tell which one we're getting now from in the back here, but we'll pull one. Oh, good. It's Beep. It's just who we wanted. Hi, Beep. Hi, Beeper. Look at those little beepy paws. Oh, look at that little beepy paw. Yes. Okay, I'm sorry, bud. Let's get you weighed. There we go. 7.3. Oh, wait. We'll call it 7.3. So 7.3 for Beep. And yeah, I saw a couple people mention that gabapentin comes in a powder, and we know it also comes in pills and powders that you can put in the food, which we can use. But as far as I know, that's only going to work for the gabapentin. Well, I guess we can also crush up the Serenia and put it in her food. And maybe even the tea stuff, the traza something or other, trapezoid. We can put the trapezoid in her food too. We can probably put all of them in her food. The trouble is that she doesn't always eat all of her food right away, so that can be a little tricky. I'd prefer something that I can control a little better. But you guys are right. That might be an option, is just to drug her food on the day before she goes to the vet. Sort of like B.A. Baracus, remember, in the A-team, whenever they had to fly, they would give him drugged up milk. Yeah, so we could do that. Could take the old Mr. T approach. Oh, hey, it's Beep again. Beep. That's not who we need. Oh, no, we don't need Beep. We need Klaxon. Klaxon. Hey, what's up, Klaxon? All right, here we go. Klaxon is 7.8. 7.8. Good job, Klaxon. Yes, where is the new box? That was a good question from, I missed the name, Sammy Cat Miller. Where's the new box? I'll show you. Hang on. Hi. We didn't get enough time with you, though. I'm sorry, Klaxon. All right, Klaxon. Okay, all right. So the new box is actually right there. Do you see it in the corner of the room with the tiny beanbag chair on top of it? I am planning on deploying it today. I ran out of time yesterday with all the stuff that I had to get done. But today, I think after exploration time, I don't really have much of a plan, so I should be able to get the box done. And also, DJ's very excited to have me install LED lighting in the condo in the kitten room downstairs. The condo they spend all their time in. I know it's a little hard to see what's inside the condo on the regular stream because it's sort of dimly lit inside. So we got LED lights to put inside the condo, and hopefully it'll make it a little bit more clear. At the very least, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little project. So that is my other project for today. That and the box. Yes, and you say it's a big box. It is a big box, but just to be fair, it's stood up the long way, so it's going to be on its side when we actually use it for kittens. But it's big. It's almost like a, let me just see, it would be 1 2 by 2 by 1, so that's like 4 cubic feet bigger than the box that she's in right now. But I think it's about time. These guys are just over a week old today, and they are starting to really crawl around the box, especially our big guy. And I think they're ready for a bigger box. So I'll make that something that we'd be sure to get done today. All right, Belle, are you slowing down? Should I take your food out? No, not done yet. Okay. So yesterday, I came in here and sat down on the beanbag chair and had Belle come up in my lap and hang out with me. In fact, Belle was so snuggly and such a lap kitten yesterday. I had to cut her off after we watched like 2 hours of TV. It's like I can't spend any more time here. Well, maybe it wasn't quite 2 hours. It was 2 episodes, so maybe it was closer to an hour, um, something like that. Anyway, my point is that last night she was so snuggly in my lap and such a big old lap kitty that I was the one that had to cut it off and go. So Belle's a lot of fun. She's just a big old snuggly lap cat. She's the only one of the three mom cats that we have here right now that is just really all about the lap. Well, I shouldn't even say that because she's not, but that will sit in your lap indefinitely, which is a sweet thing to have. Um, Now, Brooke will sit in your lap as long as you are actively petting her. And the minute that you stop petting Brooke, she's like, all right, now I'm going to go sit by your feet or someplace where I'm more comfortable. But Brooke likes to be right where you are, though, all the time. So that's real sweet. And she loves to get petted, just mostly, on her own terms there. And then we've got, uh, I keep wanting to call her Taylor, but her name's Tinker. So then we got Tinker, who is still a little bit shy and loves to be petted, but doesn't like to be picked up or held or put in the lap at all yet. But we're working on her. So we'll probably get there. All right. Well, look at that. It is 18 minutes in, and we're going to wrap it up right now. I guess we got through today's close-up stream a little bit faster than usual. So that worked out. But I want to say thank you all so much for joining me on Valentine's Day. Maybe I can consider all of you my Valentines. I will anyway. And thanks so much for joining us just in general. I really appreciate having you guys here with me in the morning before I've had all of my coffee. And I enjoy getting a chance to chat with you all just a little bit every morning. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that. Also, as usual, let me remind you that you can tune in to watch these kittens all day long on the regular Kitten Academy live stream right here on YouTube. So feel free to do that and keep an eye on them even after we're done with this little close-up stream. And yeah, and one more time, if you want to apply to adopt these kittens or any future kittens, you can apply now in advance on our website, which is kitten.academy, or especially if you want to apply to adopt Brooke. Do that on our website, kitten.academy. I hope you do. I mentioned before, I took a whole bunch of really nice pictures of Brooke that I wanted to publish. And I think that's going to be our next blog post, which is going to go up soon. They're great photos. The only thing I was holding off on was so that I could give some definitive results on whether or not she has the diabetes. But I feel like I can talk to it well enough now that I can publish that probably this weekend or something. So keep an eye out for that on our website, kitten.academy. Thanks again, everybody, and have a happy Valentine's Day.